So why everyone believes in God? Okay, so this is the first lesson. I hope everyone sees this right here on the camera. All right, so this is gonna be a great one. All right, so as you all know, we have an earth. We have an earth which God has provided us. Look at this beautiful earth right here. Well, make just a quick little thing. Do some land right there. Do some land. Oh, that mark coming out anyway. That's not good. And then do some land right here a little bit. Do some blue. Okay, this will work. So we're gonna make these blue. All right, that's our water, right? So we have our water, not land. So in order to explain this concept, we had to first go over our definitions. So first, we now have to explain what is God. So God, according to most dictionary sources, I guess you could say, is the creator and ruler of the universe. It also says that God is the source of all moral authority. So let's see how we go with it. And source of moral, let's emphasize that, moral authority. AKA the supreme being. The supreme. Okay, so essentially everyone comes from someone, right? We all have a creator, whether that is our parents. See these two people here, parents. Everyone has parents, whether we contact them, whether we talk to them every day, whatever that may be. Everyone comes from someone. In order to make a human being, we need two people, right? So then if we look at overall Mother Nature in general, right? Let me slow down because it looks like I'm stuttering a bit. But yeah, so we look at overall Mother Nature, and what does that compile, right? You have our lions, our tigress, all these animals, right? Let's do a lion right here. And his body, the lion's body, sorry y'all, this looks a little. And then he has his lioness, right? Okay. So, as we all know, it's not just lions that also make, other lions with a female lion, lioness, and a regular lion. That's just how basically Mother Nature works, right? Now, of course, there are beings that can actually populate themselves. They don't need another partner. But for the purposes of today, we're mainly going to focus on the basics here. Because as we all know, God is actually one being. So it actually makes sense that certain beings and certain organisms on this planet can reproduce themselves because God has produced us with just his energies alone. But he does need help, and this is why this whole lesson is everyone does believe in God, because technically everyone needs help in order to create something. God doesn't work alone. He has the power, of course. He's an infinite being. He's very powerful, yes, but he still needs help to complete this vision, which is why I'm even talking today. Okay, so where do I want to basically connect this? Okay, yes. So basically, everyone comes from something, right? So this basically ties into the point that we all have a ruler and we all have a creator, right? Okay, cool. And as we all know, no one being is the same. So we take a look at humans, right? Even though humans have basic things like some fingers and some nails and some hair, right? And then our body structure, right? Most people can identify me as a human, right? Okay, cool. But we all know that every single human being is not alike. It's impossible. So if we take that as a foundation, right, of this lesson, we also know that every lion is not the same. Just because on the outside they look the same as appearance, no one lion is the same. None of them. They all had to die off and repopulate, right? Everything on this earth has to repopulate. That's going to be key here. So in order to repopulate something, what do you need? Even though humans and lions and birds and all types of crabs, fishes, they may need a mate, right? But what do they all need in order to repopulate? They need energy. That is the answer. Actually, I'm going to do that in blue. Oh, well, I don't know why the green is not working. I really want to do it in green. Let's see. Energy. They need energy. So if we take the basic principle of energy, right? Whether that comes from the sun, a mother's womb who needs to eat to make sure she, has a growing baby in her stomach. Everything requires energy. Even, I think that's the mitochondria in our cells. Shout out to my science teachers if I knew that. I'll fact check that after. But yeah, so everything needs energy. So if we just think about the basic principle of energy, we think about the sun, right? Okay, we have the sun to give us heat energy, essentially. That even helps to water our plants, right? So the sun, let's do the sun here. The sun was made to give us a lot of things, light. And it's also the main source of energy that all humans need, and plants to survive. If we didn't have the sunlight, then we would basically be nothing, right? Okay, so if everything has a creator, right? Everything. That would mean that someone who significantly is the significance of himself has to be God. There's no other answer but God for God to be the creator for everything. We're talking about things that aren't even alike. You're telling me that every human, all the species that you ever thought of, whether that was a raven bird, an eagle, a crab, whoever, whatever species you name it, even a tree, no tree is similar, right? You take the same species of a tree, right? Same species of a tree, we have red oak here. This species of the tree, little circle, will never look the same. Never look the same, never look the same, nothing. Nothing on this planet could ever look the same, nothing. It doesn't matter if it's the same species or not. So the question is, how can that even be a thing? How can it even be possible for such uniqueness to be created so differently? And the answer to that is God. See, God uses Mother Nature, right? So all this, what I basically incorporated was the beauty of Mother Nature, right? Just so y'all know. So let me make sure that I don't forget Mother Nature here. So Mother Nature, right? We see Mother Nature as the creator of all nature, right? So think about the seeds. You need seeds. We'll have the seeds. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. So God plants his seeds, because if you think about overall God being a man figure, which he is, and those who attest this can just do their own homework, but essentially this is what it is. Metaphorically speaking, we have this planet right here, right? Mother Nature can grow trees, as you can see right here, plants, all type of plants, bees, which is, insects and stuff like that. She could also produce mammals, and yeah, okay, so we'll just start at that. And she also, we'll just keep it at Mother Nature, right? So essentially, right, so we think about a male's semen, right? A semen basically populates an egg, right? It attaches onto an egg, and then now is boom, there pops a baby, right? And starts to grow more and more cells, right? So think of that analogy or metaphor, whatever that's called, through God, right? So God plants his seeds all over earth here. In the water, because we have water life, bio life, marine life, and we also have land life. We have all types of life everywhere, right? So in order for us to grow, though, Mother Nature basically nurtures us. That's why it's called Mother Nature. You can't get these terms just out of nowhere. People have been calling Mother Nature since however long we've known the term for it, is because she's indeed the mother. The earth is indeed female. Think about a mother's womb, how the baby has to keep growing inside the womb in order for it to eventually go out on its own and be a productive baby or a citizen, whatever, right? But if we think about Mother Nature as a whole, trees grow from the dirt. The mother provides the dirt, which is the foundation of anybody's life. Think about our lives. Our foundation starts in the womb of the mother. So think of the dirt as the womb, right? all plant life, not all, as far as I know, has come from either the dirt or a tree, which also came from the dirt, or you have an apple tree, whatever the case may be. Everything mainly comes from the dirt on land. And correct me if I'm wrong. Humans also eat from the dirt. So if you think about apple trees and green beans and peas and tomatoes and green bell peppers, they all come from the dirt. Our food comes from the dirt. See? Food. Our food comes from the dirt. What else comes from the dirt? You basically get the idea here. So basically, metaphorically speaking, the Mother Nature is the foundation for everything, for all life. Without her, civilization would be nothing. Even nature itself would be nothing. Any biodiversity you think of now would be nothing. And just tie this back into everything that I just mentioned. Essentially, God, the creator, is the source for all this energy, right? Without the seeds, so without the seeds of a watermelon, without the seeds of a tomato plant, whatever the case may be, the plant will not grow without the seeds, right? Which is what the Father provides, which is what Father God provides here. Father God provides seeds, aka what humans will call semen. So basically, without the mother, which is planet Earth, essentially, yeah, put an arrow right there. Without the earth, the mother, you would be nothing. Just like with your own mother. You couldn't be anything if your mother didn't birth you through your physical being father. But in this case, our father, everyone's father, is God, which is a energetic being. Energetic being. Everything comes from energy. As I mentioned earlier, the source is energy, right? Everything has energy. Humans have energy. Just everything has energy. To the sea, to the land, to even the clouds producing your water, right? So we think about even clouds. So where can I put a cloud here? You could put a cloud right here. A cloud uses energy to produce rain, snow, hail, whatever you name it. That all requires energy. And you need energy for everything. And there's only one source for that, which is God. There's no other explanation. There's no other explanation for you to even debate that. I mean, it's literally present towards you. I mean, the whole gift of life, if we really analyze the gift of life, that's what that is. And even, I would get into the spiritual sense right now, but I'll do that in the next lesson on why everyone believes in God. So maybe we'll make this part 1. Yeah, we'll make this part 1. So this is the physical sense, right? What we can see with our eyes. That's how I know everyone believes in God, because, literally he's right in front of us. He's a living proof in every single circumstances we live in. Just the way how life operates on this earth. And like I said, Father God created Mother God. We'll call her Mother God. Hello, no. Mother Gaia. A lot of people I hear Gaia a lot from Mother Earth. Yeah, she did her damn thing. God, like, all right, Mom, I'm gonna give you all the foundation. I'm gonna give you this heart. I'm gonna give you everything you need in order to produce all these this ecosystem to thrive without you having to do anything. Think about it like this. Literally, all Mother Nature is, all these trees, all these plants, they can produce on their own without any human involvement. And that's the truth. Look at going anywhere on earth in a tropical biome, whatever type of biome, the grass grows on its own. Grass don't need nobody. Well, grass need God, but you see what I mean. Everything is all based off because the mother can produce life with the father. That's basically what I mean. I don't know why I'm saying without, but yes, the mother can produce with the father. That's the only way life really comes about, is if the father and the mother come together to make life. Humans, you see it with humans, you see it basically with every single living being. besides very few cases. And that just shows how fun the Creator can be. He didn't want to make everybody the same. He didn't want life to all be the same. He wanted some unnatural phenomenon, or what they call a phenomenon. Well, that's a person that's born with one arm, whatever. That you see it in humans, you see even in animals. Some animals aren't born with all 4 limbs, or some insects aren't born with what they need to be an insect with. Like, it's called the gift of life for a reason. And whatever you are born with is what you should hold dearly to. You should be thankful for. And yeah, I'm not gonna go on too longer than this because this is the lesson. But the spiritual aspect will really get into more details on why this makes sense, on why everyone believes in God. If you're not convinced now, you'll definitely be convinced in the second part of this video, because it will go more in depth of the energy that God manifests himself in. Whether that's through me, this human being, interpreting this lesson for y'all, or whether it just be in general, life. So yeah, I'll take that as a note, and I'll even take a picture.